Okay, here we go. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Johannes Hooverts, and I'm with the Department of Transportation and Public Works. Thank you for being here this morning, celebrating with Carl. What's going to be an unveiling of a pretty cool sign. About 7 months ago, I received an email from Supervisor Gore's office about a kid that wanted to put a sign somewhere in the county. And we started working on this 7 months ago with Carl. It was probably my first or second Zoom meeting, if I tell you something. We've had thousands of those since then, but I work with Carl. Education is a big part of what we do with our kids. We had in common that we were Boy Scouts, and I was able to work with him. He learned about the bureaucracy of the county, how we get things done, the permits, how slow things move. I shared with him the maps about the right-of-way. So he learned a lot about that. And then at some point, when we needed things to get done, and work with Carl to get the location and get it going, then we asked Clyde with Transportation and Public Works, who's the guy that gets things done and the expert of signing location. And he got it done, and we're happy that we're part of this, and we're happy that Carl picked such an important project for us. 3 years ago, we were on fire here, so it means a lot for us and the community. So we're happy to be here, and thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, as Johanna said, 2 years ago, everything here was on fire, including my home and my grandmother's home. And in fact, the wood from this sign came from some trees on my property. So while here, I'd like to thank Andrew for basically doing pretty much everything involved with that lumber. Without him, we just have like a log sitting here. And thank you, yeah. So along with thanking, I'd like to thank Marshall and Bryce Turbeville for their assistance in getting blueprints, helping me in acquiring some of the materials, and just in general helping me with starting this whole thing. Well, another thanks to the Sonoma County Tourism Board for providing the grant that let this be a thing at all. And even though she is not present right now, a heartfelt thank you goes to Fire Marshal Cindy Foreman, who can only be called the guardian angel of this whole general area. Depended on her a lot for guidance and support. Thanks to Supervisor Gore as well, and the people in his office, including Jen Mendoza, for her executive functioning skills in keeping almost everyone organized and on track. Just for a share with this. Also, I'd like to thank the Marquest Advisory Council and the Larkwood Resiliency Fund for wholeheartedly supporting this project and the benefit to our community. Sorry.
You're good.
Another thanks goes to Brad Sherwood, who's personally encouraged me during the continuation of this project since early March. Did not know it would take this long, but I know that's normal now. Also, thank you to Johannes Hoverts, Director of Sonoma County Transportation and Public Works, for his counsel and recommendations. And very much a thank you to engineer and Eagle Scout Clyde Galantine of Sonoma County Public Works for his expertise and efficiency in getting this sign installed quickly. Like less than 48 hours from completion of project to installation. Really amazing. Thank you all. Hope that this sign can stay and inform the community for many years to come. Thank you. Thank you for all being here.
Good job. Good job, Carl. Checking that out. What do you say? I just, we're here as a community. We're here as a community that's gone from being kind of a sleepy community, I think a bedroom community, into being probably the most woke community that I know in this area. And Carl, really want to thank you for is making it happen. This is more than just awareness. This is a symbol of resilience. It's a symbol of how far a community can come in 3 years, but it's also a symbol of how much more we have to do. You know that. To your parents, Howard and Lisa, Lisa, we've spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours working on everything from changing bureaucracy, to investing the right kind of money, to mobilizing a community, getting that community and that mobilization back and loud into the ears of people like me and my colleagues. And we know there's a lot more to go. We know there's way more to go. But the thing is we need to have wins. We need to have benchmarks, because everything we do that we learn from our fire service providers and everybody is that this lesson, this bigger lesson, not just of recovery and response, but of true resilience, is one that doesn't come with just a huge step. You have to every day, every week, every month come out and do something that's new and innovative, because we know what we've been doing for the last 30, 40, 50 years is not in a situation where it's prepared us for what we're dealing with now. So, you know, this is I always am in so much admiration of the Scouts and the upper echelon of that, which is service. Eagle Scout status. How many other Eagle Scouts do we have here in the area? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're in good company. And I think what you learn with this is that more than anything is that service is about doing something that's more than just making a paycheck or working on your own yard or whatever it is. It's trying to do something that changes the world. And changing the world starts with simple actions, and you realize that the reason that these things don't happen is because things like bureaucracy exists. You have to get paperwork, you have to look at right-of-ways, you have to do all these other things. And we've built a system that sometimes honors liability and risk avoidance more than it really supports true resilience and grunt work. I think this is really important that we're doing it now, quintessential, because everybody's awake right now with the fires that are in our community, and that we're still in fire season. But at the same point, we're going as a board of supervisors into discussions this coming week on where we allocate a huge amount of money that came from a settlement with PG&E for the cause of this fire. And I can tell you the first thing is that I'm going to be going and focusing with all of you raising your voices on Tuesday to put the majority of that money into what I call pre-defeating fires, true risk reduction. And so, but we wouldn't be able to do any of that work, any of that grunt work, that vegetation management, that forest management, if we don't have awareness, if we don't have symbols of resilience in our community. So, you know, I really applaud you, because this isn't politics, this is community service. This is something that you've brought to us, and every time I drive by here, I'm going to see it as a challenge to do something other than just look at a sign, to go into what is vegetation management, what is home hardening, what is not just responding better, but what is getting our community into a place where we don't have to just freak out every time somebody lights a barbecue, you know, where we truly embody resilience as an ethos. And so, you know, Carl, I think more than anything, you know, I have a certificate in here that is in recognition of your work and your outstanding work and commitment in the community. I also have a letter from my office, and the key word that we put into this letter was catalyst. And we've been to a lot of Eagle Scout projects that provide community benefit, a bench here, painting something there. But I look forward to working with you to make this pop, to do this in many more areas in our community, and make these symbols and reminders of the work that we have to do every day. I oftentimes call it imperfect, relentless progress. The reason that government doesn't get things done and people don't get things done is because it has to be perfect before you take the first step. You have to study it 7,000 times and spend more money on the studies than you do on the work to actually achieve it. And I'm just going to continue to fight with you to use your example to do more stuff. So I really want to thank you for what you do for our community every day. And I'm just excited for the unveiling. So thank you. Rock and roll, man. Thank you.
And also an Eagle Scout. It's absolutely awesome things like this get done. So it's great accomplishment. So congratulations on that. And the whole purpose here, if we can reduce one fire, 2 fires, whatever it is, we can remind people for the next generation, so this lives on, kind of what we lived with this last 3 to 4 years, it's huge. It's going to pay huge dividends in my opinion. So prevention, preparedness, this is awesome. So congratulations again. Glad we were able to partner and be helpful and help you out with it as well.